Hello everybody, it's Scribs. Welcome back to my channel, Scribble and Dibble, and today we are going to be talking about how I'm feeling about my art and how I'm feeling about Cute Girl Tober. So I decided to do this challenge and take this challenge very seriously because back to back, November and October and November have challenges. We have Inktober and November, and I really wanted to get back into the habit of drawing every day, and these two challenges are great. You know, people say you get into a habit once you do something for, is it 2 weeks or a month or whatever? I don't know, but I'm doing these 2 months, so like I will keep going right after that, and it will just become natural to me even without any prompts or any reason to do it. I've started also posting online again more. I'm actually on Blue Sky now. I don't know how much I'm going to post on it, but I'm going to try my best. I really want to connect with my audience more on different platforms and hopefully be brave about showing the parts of my art that I really want to show and getting to know my characters and, you know, what really interests me and like what makes me want to draw and everything. So I'm hoping I'm able to do that. I think this week was a much better week for me in terms of drawing. I think so far I've only had 2 drawings that I don't like and want to redo, and that's day 3 cheerleader. Sorry, I always say 3 as tree because of, I think, my teeth and also my Caribbean upbringing. So it's just more natural to say that and let it go. And then I also don't like day 13 clown core. I'm going to redo that off camera and probably post it again online. I hope you guys have been seeing what I've posted in the community tab and everything. It's also really easy to just make these videos and like not think about it because I'm drawing every day for myself and then I'm drawing also for the YouTube video, and I love that double purpose. I've been like trying to get into more creative poses and experiment with drawing feet and everything. Drawing feet is so hard for me, like shoes especially, and I don't know, like I've done it a few times in these drawings and really like not been proud, but I've been proud of the way I've drawn everything else, and it's just so frustrating to feel like I've let my feet drawing stagnate because I've been like so afraid to draw it. So it's just back at that level of like me a few years ago while everything else levels up. I hate when my voice gets that raspy tone. I'm trying to prevent it. This week has really been a lot in terms of everything, and so it's been hard to draw every day, and I've been doing like multiple days at once instead, which isn't really what the challenge is supposed to be like, and it can be kind of stressful to try to draw like 4 days in a row, like 4 days at one time rather than 4 days in a row, I mean. But that's kind of what's been happening. I've had a little bit of problems with my jaw, and it's been increasing the amount of headaches I have. I also think the change in weather has given me a bit of a cold. Not really a cold, but you know, like stuffy nose. I always get a stuffy nose in the winter because I have a little nose problem. It's not my septum, it's something else. I messed it up when I was a kid, and yeah, it's been affected ever since. But I also don't really like this day 10 kid core. I think the drawing looks a little bit flat, but it's also still cute, so I'm keeping it and I'm not going to ever redo it. So it's just like, this one is a mid drawing to me. I don't know, like, should I talk more about my art? I just get lost and mumble in my head, and I think being scripted is kind of what like taints my quality or taints everything. So I try to just talk off of the dome, and then like I feel like I get mixed up or whatever. But yeah, I've been online a lot, looking at a lot of art and getting inspired by a lot of people, and ultimately that's been what's allowing me to draw what I love more, I think. And I'm having a great time because of that, because like now I get to just be free in terms of what I like. Yeah, I feel like a lot of artists have this relationship with their art where it's about expressing themselves and everything, and I feel like I don't have that, weirdly enough. Like I don't know why I draw. I mean, I know why. It's fun, it's entertaining, but I feel like when it comes to what I really want to draw versus what I post or something, like sometimes I forget to indulge in myself, and like remember that remember that I should draw the ideas that I do want to. I think like a lot of the time what happens is, this reference is from Marilyn Monroe, by the way, for I changed the prompt. It was something else and I ended up doing film noir instead because I really was wanting to. I think I watched something that had like a film noir episode or something to it, and I was like, I'm gonna do that for one of the prompts. So I did. Um I don't know, yeah. So I think one thing is I always forget that I want to draw the things that I want to draw. And then I sometimes feel like the elements that I want to put into the drawing, I don't really have the skills for. So then I end up avoiding it, which is annoying because when I really get into people's original characters and the lore they write for AUs for like characters of like other media like Marvel or 911 or whatever else I'm into, it's really because they go all out there and they express everything about it. And I'm always so scared to do it. Like, if I want to draw two characters shopping together and having a great day, I always forget. Like, there's a time when I wanted to draw Sydney getting a bunch of presents for his birthday, and like how he's kind of an only child and a spoiled brat, and he rides this big truck, and he got it for his 15th birthday. And like his parents had bought it a long time ago because when he was little, he said he had wanted it, and they were like, "We're gonna make your dreams come true. You're a little baby, you're a little pookie." And I always forget to draw it, and I feel like if I just did, it would be so much easier to have people connect to it. And so drawing my characters just in random poses and stuff for this challenge for Cute Girl Tober has been really great, and it's given me the idea that for November I'll only draw my guy characters, and this will get me in the practice of drawing them more because I don't draw my guy characters as often. And even if I don't end up telling the story in a comic format, I do want my audience and I do want people to know about my original characters and what I think of them. I do have another story in mind, but I can't create any of the characters yet because I keep trying to draw them and I keep getting stuck and wanting to not have same face syndrome or same character syndrome or anything like that. But I discovered a new method this episode I discovered a new method this week for coloring my art that has really helped me a lot and streamlined my process, so to speak. I really liked how I did these highlights in this piece. It's something that I've always wanted to do but didn't like it on any other piece, and then for some reason I really liked it on this one. It's kind of my favorite. I also really hate this one. This is the clown core one that I hate. I feel like the concept of it was really cool and then the execution was terrible. I do like how I drew her, sure, but yeah, when it comes to anything else, it just really isn't, it's not clicking with me. It needs to be prettier. So I think I'm gonna do something else. I already wrote it out. I just need to draw it, and I keep forgetting because I keep like having to catch up on a bunch of days. So I think I'm gonna be able to get to that today or tomorrow or something. Yeah, it's just hard to draw when I'm also having an extreme headache 24/7. Like, I've had a headache this whole time and it has not gone away. It's so annoying. And I feel like this week was a lot in terms of news. Like, a member of One Direction died, and I was a big fan of One Direction when I was little. And yeah, so it felt like so much to also like have that happen. And even though it's not somebody I knew, but it just felt like a big part of my childhood, and so that was a lot. And then yeah, just worried about so many things. It's annoying because what happens is that I get triggered by stress and everything, and then that's what makes me clench my jaw more, and that makes my ear ring more, and that makes me have a headache. So it's all of that at once. But this is a very interesting thing. I remembered I had a flight commercial in mind. Anybody can steal this. I don't care. If you're a advertising person, I kind of just want to see it be done. Like, obviously I would love money and credit for it, but as if like somebody's gonna watch it. But really, it was just so awesome to see to do this piece and get the memory back of the flight commercial that I had in mind. So those like escalators that are just on the floor? They're not escalators, they're just straight and you walk on them in the airport. I was thinking like there's going to be somebody walking on the airport kind of like runaway style with their with their bag, and it's going to be like smooth transitions, quick runtime, blah 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 blah, like all the features that we have at our airport that you'll love. And then they would also like have stuff in the back that would be attractions, like food places and nice places to sit where it's clearly wide open spaces. And yeah, that would be like an attraction, and that would be a good advertisement for the airport, and you'd be like, fly with this airline because of that. So from this drawing, I was so proud of myself, but I realized I don't know how to draw shoes. No, I always knew I don't know how to draw shoes, and I've always had problems with heels. And this felt so exacerbated in this drawing because I was so in love with it that I had like drawn over and over and over the shoes so that I could get it right. And then I did this method. I got this from Tuna. I'm gonna put her link in the bio. She's an artist on here, and she also posts on Instagram, Art by Tuna, and I just absolutely adore her art. It has this friendly roundness to it, and it's just beautiful. So I saw her outline one of her drawings, and so that there's a thicker outline on the outside, and then all the other details inside are small. And so I thought to myself, why don't I do that? Fill in, so then the base color is like there, and then I can just color on top of it, no problem, instead of making the line art layer a reference layer and having all of these like gaps between the lines and the colors. Because for some reason Procreate has this really, like, even though you can change the fill, it still has like this little distance that I think Clip Studio Paint doesn't. For the record, I really want to try Clip Studio Paint on the iPad, but you always have to pay like a monthly fee, and on the computer you don't, and that's way better because I invested at the time at a discounted price, however much it was, and I think it was like $100 at the time instead of $300 for Clip Studio Paint X. And yeah, then for the second one I ended up paying just for Clip Studio Paint Pro because I didn't end up animating as much in it, like for version 3, so I didn't end up animating as much in the original, and so I didn't want to get that. And the original version is mainly towards comics, and that's what I want to start doing. As you can see, I was really trying to work on the feet. So I hope that that's something I also continue to practice as the days go by and I get into the second challenge of November. And I try to draw the guy's sneakers or their boots or whatever they're gonna wear. Yeah, there's just so much that I was trying to work on and trying to improve on and try to do on my own. I think I also really want to be able to draw a more complicated style just from my head without using reference. I don't knock my ability to use reference, but there was me like curating a pose in my head, and then I just wasn't able to translate it to page, and I feel like that's not a good thing because I should be able to do that as an artist. And it doesn't mean that I'm not good, but it is a skill and it's an area I would like to improve in. No judgment to anybody who can't do that, like, but I do think it would like immensely improve my work if I was able to, and then use the references for little tiny pieces. So because I had to ended up changing the whole pose because I wasn't able to do it. So yeah, I hope you liked today's video. I rambled a lot. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great week. Bye.